Culture shock means the feeling of disorientation experienced by someone who is suddenly subjected to an unfamiliar culture, way of life, or set of attitudes.
Culture shock is a mother. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Devin. I'm a small town girl with big town hair and I like to travel. I find that a lot of times people really fantasize kind of what living out abroad is and how like sexy and cool and interesting it must be to live in a different country. All of those things are true, but there is a real issue that you deal with when you live abroad. There are so many travel vlogs and so many people who live outside the country who have these vlogs and they just talk about sparkles and sunshines and trips and travels and oh my god and here's tips and trips for this. I would be remiss, I got big words. I would be remiss if I did not tell you truthfully how hard it is to live abroad. I'm not going to sit here and give you 52 weeks of sparkle, sunshine, and beaches. Sometimes it's really terrible. Sometimes you don't want to be here, but you're here because this is where you live. Welcome to living abroad. Last week, I was in Puerto Viejo living my best life, and this week, I'm pissed. That happens. So, I'm going to talk about it. Culture shock is something that happens to you constantly while you live abroad. I have been living in Costa Rica for almost 5 years and I still go through culture shock every single year. Today I'm just going to give you kind of the things that I use to get through culture shock. Hopefully it'll help somebody. A lot of people who watch this video who are like, what the hell is she talking about? She lives in Costa Rica. Like, I don't want to hear about your terrible life in Costa Rica, Pura Vida. I get it. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just gonna give you my experiences, and if you take something from that, that's awesome. If not, first, you gotta find someone that can keep you grounded. Some human connection that can real talk you when you're sitting on the edge of leaving. It's someone who's gonna be like, okay, I acknowledge that this is something you're going through, but I'm also not gonna let you sit here and pretend like everything's perfect back where you came from, because it's not. The second thing that really you have to do is you got to connect with your community. You have to become a part of this community that you live in, or you're just going to be an expat or an outsider forever. If I can find an African dance troupe in San Jose, Costa Rica, surely you can find something. Find a way to be involved so that you start planting roots and you start feeling affection and affinity and a love for the place you are outside of a vacation. Thirdly, you gotta be realistic. And if I want to be honest, if I go home, I'm dealing with number 45. I'll take my chances. Realistically speaking, when you're sitting there thinking of how great and how much better it would be to go back to your home country, you just get there and realize my home country is the same. Which leads me to the last thing that you need in order to survive through culture shock. You need your own identity. You need to find something that is solely yours, that you can take with you and carry with you around the world, and you can do. Maybe it's cooking, maybe it's baking, maybe for someone else it's jogging and exercise. I don't know why jogging would be something that you would want to do, but hey, I am not a jogger. That's the thing. You just gotta make it happen. It's not as bad as it seems. I promise on the other end of this, it is awesome. The week after that, you can realize, hey, I speak another language. The week after that, you can say, OMG, I'm 5 hours away from one of the coolest beaches in Central America. Or OMG, I can go home whenever I want. You made the choice to live outside the country. You made the choice to go and explore. Go and explore. But don't sit here and crap on a country because you think it's so terrible because you want to go home. When you get home, you realize it's not terrible. I'm terrible. That's all I have to say about culture shock. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please tell me about your experiences with culture shock, any questions you have about culture shock, or any tips that you have about culture shock. And I'll see you next time. Bye.